So I want to show a few cabling tricks I picked up while trying to build my arena. The first is, how do you build a door that has switches that operate on both sides? So here's a standard power door. We've put a switch on it, so when we hit the button, it opens. But you go through, how do I close it? Well, you could do that. Now, if you're inside of a building, how do I get out? So, we add a second switch to the other side of the wall. And then, this is a little neat trick, it will allow you to clip through, come on, and connect to that conduit. Now you can place another conduit on the wall and it won't do that. You can't even get it to clip through and connect to this thing, I don't think. But it will clip to that. The key is you want to connect the power to a second conduit. So if this generator stands in for a conduit for power coming this way, we'll connect to, we got this utility pole over here. So now I'm inside the building, hit the switch, the door opens. The only thing is I've got to do this weird little thing where you deactivate the switch, get out of the front, get out of the way of the door. Now if I want to go back in, hit the switch on the outside, because if I hit this switch, nothing happens. So I have to set this switch back to off, on, hit the switch on the way out, This is the control room for my arena, which is still in progress. I got my quitting time siren, which then connects down to my little control booth. And as you can see here, the way it's set up is it controls the power to that main conduit. So I have to turn the siren on to arm all these switches to release the cages for my contestants. The idea being I don't want to accidentally release these things and then they run around and kill my settlers. Here's the real heart of the system. I've got cages set up with sensors so that when a contestant goes through my little arena, if they set off a sensor, it lights up the Nixie tube, and then I know, okay, well that's for the rad scorpions. I can hit this switch and release the rad scorpion. As you can see, a lot of conduits, a lot of wiring, so it takes a lot of wiring and a lot of organization. So you can see everywhere I've got a conduit all around my arena, I've got 4A, so that is the feed coming in from the sensor, and here like 4B, that's the feed going down to the cage that comes off of this switch. And again, every conduit, everywhere I've got one on the wall, even down, you can see down there, they're all labeled so that at any point I know exactly where that conduit and where that cabling goes to. Now I want to show how you can use a sensor to open a cage. So as you know, cages need to be powered on, so we've got this spotlight standing in for a cage. So we've got power going into the sensor, in this case a tripwire, and so the thing's on. But tripwires only work if you turn them on. Well, now that it's turned on, the cage has lost power, the monsters got out and killed all my settlers. The way to do that is you need to run two sets of cables. So what I've got is I got power to my sensor, then I've got from the sensor to a Nixie tube up in my control room, and then I've got this separate switch connected to my cage. So right now it's in an on position and my sensor is set. So if I have someone trip the sensor, boom. Now I see this light come on and now I know, okay, the monster in cage 2 needs to be released. So release the Kraken, boom. just like that, the cage is open. I can reset that circuit, reset that sensor, restore power so I can catch another monster. Next thing I want to demonstrate is a multi-use trap. So if I have a tripwire, the problem with the tripwire is once it goes off, it's done. So whatever's connected to it, you only get one use out of it. Interval switches allow you to have a trap that can come on and go off. And so what I've done is I've created traps out of turrets using this interval switch. And I'm going to use this light as a stand-in. So if I attach a wire to the light, it comes on, it runs for about a second, it shuts off. Then it's off for a few seconds, and it comes back on. So that way you have something that will shoot for a little bit and then go to sleep. So it works just like a trap. A trap doesn't keep working until it kills the monster. It just does its damage and then it stops. So the same thing here is the turret will light up, shoot at him for a little bit, and then shut off. And the great thing about the interval switch is using the computer, we can set the on time. So let's have it go on for 2 seconds. Stay off for 4. Right. Now it's on. 1001, 1002, shuts off. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, comes back on.